Hey guys, NecroVMX here, and welcome back with more Sanctus Mortem, and we're continuing on with this cutscene between Ramses and Daelis. Not much, unfortunately. I knew Captain Hector back when we were all at the academy, but we were never that close. He seemed like a good and loyal man. Apparently not that loyal. Do you know any of them? Commander Xanth was a classmate of mine, and a good friend. He defended me from the troglodytes who took pleasure in ruining my childhood. Sorry, Ramses, I didn't mean to pry. Worry not about it. Xanth made his choices, and no doubt will stand by them until he and his crew are publicly executed. We have our own mission to complete in order for our empire to survive. We'll know by tomorrow if the Matrix is stable or not. Pray that it is, for all our sakes. Meanwhile, back on the probe. Helm set a course as far away from this damnable planet as you can. Aye, Captain. I'm going to have nightmares about those creatures there. At the very least, we were able to confirm that our government is indeed running experiments pertaining to the Raziel particle. The thing is, while they may have failed to create the Raziel particle at Elohim, that just means they'll redouble their efforts. But where, though? On Thrasic Prime? That would be my guess. I need not remind you, Captain, that the moment we were to be within range of Thrasic Prime, our former comrades would obliterate us on sight. Thanks for not reminding me and the entire crew of that, Xanth. Right. Xanth makes a good point, though. Even if we wanted to get to Thrasic Prime, there's no way we can get in there. Captain, we're receiving a message from the IWS Dominus. They state that their intentions are friendly, and to prove it they have given their coordinates. Where are they? Sector 24 Beta, near the Sorrel Nebula. The Nebula? That's a hell of a trek from home. Are we close enough for visual communication? I hate this. This is person on Steam. I don't know if it's recording that or not, but I'm about to unfriend them because they do this shit to me and it pisses me off. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but it's just on the bottom of the screen. It was annoying the piss out of me. Negative, Captain. I do have audio though. Put them on. This is the IWS Dominus to the Renegade warship Robe. Are you picking us up, Robe? This is Captain Hector of the Robe. What's your business with this Dominus? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Captain. I am Captain Raicha. I know we're breaking every rule in the book by even talking to you, but I think it's necessary. You have our attention, Captain. What's going on? We were sent by Central Command to the Sorrel Nebula to scout for signs of enemy fleet movements, when we witnessed a massive burst of plasma energy originating from within the nebula. That's odd. Captain Raicha, this is Commander Xanth. How powerful was the energy burst? Our science department concluded it reached a peak of 200 to the 15th power phasing units. This means that one burst was equal to approximately 15,000 of our plasma torpedoes. My gods, that kind of power could wipe out a planet. We have to do something, Hector. I know, Selena. Captain, why contact us? Why not let Central Command know? We did, and we were told quite plainly to get our butts back home. They would not even acknowledge our reports on this incident. I thought that was strange considering the ramifications, so I had to inform someone about this. And you chose us because we're no longer part of the service and can investigate this incident freely. That's correct. But I also chose to contact you since I still hold you and your crew in high esteem. I know Central Command has been dodgy as of late, and that probably leads to your reasons for betraying them. If they only knew. We appreciate that, Captain. We'll set course for the Nebula and look into this. Thank you, Captain. We're already underway back to Thrasic Prime. One last thing. If you ever do come near the home planet, I'll have no choice but to try and destroy you. Understood. Take care, Captain. You as well, Captain. Dominus out. Helm, plot a course to the Sorrel Nebula. Course plotted, Captain. Captain, engineering reports that they need a wee bit of time to recalibrate if we're heading that far out. You may want to visit the weapons bay in the meantime, as Rallick was looking for you. Very well, thank you, Zarabeth. Xanth, you have the bridge. Yes, Captain. Okay, so I'm going to go around talking to people. All readings normal, Captain. We'll head for the Sorrel Nebula on your order. Let's not ever go to any more bug-infested worlds, okay? Elohim was more than enough. It's the same shit. Let's talk to Zara, though. I managed to see those creatures that were chasing you as we lifted off from Elohim. They looked gross. Yeah, pretty fucking nasty. Alright, so essentially, we just gotta go to the weapons bay and make sure we're all the ship parts are upgraded to level 2, because the next part is a ship dungeon where you'll be, basically controlling the ship rather than the characters. Aha, glad to see you, Captain. I have something special I'd like to tell you about. You have that look like you just got a new toy to play with, Rallick. I do, as a matter of fact. The Mark II plasma torpedoes are now available, and for a fee I can purchase them and install them into the robe. Excellent. Any word about phase cannon technology? Not yet, but rest assured that when it's available, we'll get it installed immediately. Oh, and I have some new defensive attire for our landing parties as well. Very good. Let's see what we have for us today. Alright, so first things first. The plasma torpedoes were actually there before. That's okay. And let's upgrade the ship immediately with that. Alright, so that's as far as we can get the robe right now. Now, he is selling landing party jackets and the Stranic robe now. So just get one of those, and one of those. And that basically will upgrade everybody's armor. So he's got the TE uniform. Oh yeah, let me change him to lightning, and I'm gonna give him ice. And she can use the Stranic robe. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Alright, so we're going to head to the Charol Nebula. There it is. I love this animation of going into it, too. Really, really cool shit. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, the Charol Nebula. There's other great parts. This is just like it's in the top 5. We'll just put it that way. Actually, now that I think about it, I like all the ship dungeons. They're just so cool. Yeah. I know how to play. Alright. So you just go up to a ship, and you get into a battle. No big deal. So we got a Sanctus class. And with all the upgrades, this is going to be literally zero problem. Now, if for any reason you don't have the upgrades, you can just clear out the first or maybe the first 2 screens and then go back and buy the upgrades. As you notice, like I said before, you don't get experience points here because you're playing as the robe, but you do get money. And aside from the increased firepower there, we also go into ores, we have Plasma Torpedo 2. It doesn't actually replace the old Plasma Torpedo, so you could still use the weaker versions if you are so inclined to do so. You can do that. Victory is mine. As you see, the amount of credits you get for destroying ships is pretty good. Alright, this is a Kilrani class ship. And of course, anytime you're in trouble, you can go into damage control or get 30% of your hit points and 20% of your psionic points back. But not much of a problem here. Go. Another Kilrani class. Oh, that missed, though. Not good. Alright, we gotta go down. I'm like, wait a minute. Gotta go down. By the way, in case you're wondering why the ship doesn't turn around when you go in different directions, I've got a Kilrani class and a Sanctus class. Yeah, we did that at first. We had the ship turn. It looked so bad. So we just decided to kind of go for kind of a Gradius style thing. The ship is always facing to the right instead of trying to make a turn because it looks like actual shit. 2 Kilrani class. Since these guys are a little tougher, I'm going to actually go ahead and use the Plasma Torpedo too. At least one of them. Ship never levels up, so those upgrades become just incredibly important. You know? That worked out well. Really well, actually, let's say. Credits. And I know this isn't realistic as far as what a nebula is actually like. Nebulae are actually really thin. To the point where if you were within one, all you would see is black space all around you. But, we're going, you know, it's science fiction, not science fact, so. There's another ship engine like that's like an asteroid field. It's like, you know, it's not like a real asteroid field where there's thousands of miles apart. It's like a Star Wars asteroid field where you have to dodge rocks, although they're stationary and you don't have to worry about getting hurt by them. There actually was one asteroid that randomly would damage you when you touched it, but only if you touched a very specific part of it. And then after I saw that, I thought the time, I was like, are there asteroids supposed to damage you or not? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, because there's one that does. And I thought that was weird. Like, are they all supposed to? Or... She's like, no, they're not supposed to damage you at all. I was like, well, you got one that does. I told her where it was, and we fixed that glitch. But what a weird random glitch. Alright. I'm actually holding up pretty well here. Probably maybe in the next battle, I might want to regenerate. Repair the ship. Not regenerate, but the repair option or whatever it's called. But we're holding up pretty well here. So this is the third part. Alright, so this is where it opens up. All you really got to do is go all the way to the right and a little bit up. But I like to scan the whole thing and make sure we get all the battles. You notice this part is like kind of like a ship graveyard, and the reason for that is because if you remember in the beginning of the game there was damage control, that's what it's called. There were reports coming out about a third of the Thracic fleet having been wiped out at the Charles Nebula. You're actually seeing the carnage of that battle here. Oh, I almost didn't press it. Like, I think you might have heard me click the button, but like my finger slipped off of it and it didn't quite do its thing. Alright. Yeah. Oh, there's one. Just want to make sure I get as many of these as possible. Just for the money, you know. Oh, must be the money. It's a good time to damage control, though, especially for hit points. You're always going to get back more than these ships, especially when there's just one ship on screen. You're always going to get back more than what they can do to you. These are all, in case you're wondering, these are all Zenithian ships we're fighting, not Thracic ships. But you can see that the carnage here is mostly... I mean, you see a few bits of Zenithian ships, but for the most part, it's Thracic ships you're looking at. Even a few of them that look like the robe that are of similar specifications. Like, there's a piece of one there that looks kind of like the robe. So I just want to make sure that I get all the battles in here for all the monies. There's one over there. That one above me looks like a Voyager. Actually do this. That guy's battling. Oh, that was a little faster, but too much of a head start. Alright, I'll overtake him here. Oh, missed. You don't get that second attack if you miss. It's actually a really weird bug in the game that, like, it's impossible to fix, but, like, I was the only one to ever run into it. And it has to do with the character being confused Basically, if a character is confused and they hit themselves, and then you do the action command, they'll attack a random enemy with the action command. And Tanya, when I told her about it, she laughed her ass off, and she's like, I'm not supposed to kick my ass, I'm supposed to kick your ass. As well. So, a couple more Fantas class. These guys are really easy, so I'm going to just kill one and then regenerate. Or, sorry, repair, or whatever it's... I keep forgetting what it's called. It's not repair or regenerate, it's damage control. You can throw that in there every now and then. Keep an eye on your hit points. This is really, like I said, not all that hard, not all that difficult to deal with at all. I think we're just about done with this ship graveyard area. I don't think there's very many more encounters, maybe like one or two. Maybe like one, to be honest. Yeah, Gibbs, I know. Alright, so that's the edge. So just go all the way up to the top and then continue along. There we go, there's the big guy. It's the ZCS Ceres. So these actually have names. And do a lot more damage, as you can see. So ZCS is Zenithian Confederation starship, in case you're wondering. Should have weakened him enough for me to do this and kill it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hi Gibbs, how you doing, buddy? Y'all want to be in the video. Sit right next to my computer and scratch the back of your head. Go ahead, dude. Enjoy. We're almost at the end of this, actually. There's another name ship. I'm going to take it out. And then we'll heal. That's a healing spot. This is the ZCS Torth. It's just plasma turret. There's no reason not to, because there's a save point literally right there. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to attack you normally. I'm going to go ahead and use Plasma Torpedo 1. Look at that. Victory is mine. And not yours. There we go. Just fully repairs your ship. And of course, gives you the option to save. You can save at any point. But the reason that it comes up is sort of like, hey, there's a boss coming up. You might want to consider saving. There we are. Here we are. This must be the origin of that energy burst that the Dominus witnessed earlier. Sensors are showing that this object is drawing its power from the nebula itself somehow. That would likely account for the greatly increased strength of its weapon. The amount of power this thing is drawing in. Incredible. Let's see if we can be neighborly. Communications open a channel. They responding, Captain, on visual. I am Valderoy, and to whom do I have the displeasure of speaking with? I am Captain Hector of the Robe. The Robe? Your ship sounds familiar to me. Oh, you are the Renegades, am I correct? I see word travels fast, even in Zenithian circles. You would be surprised as to the extent of what we know, Captain. Because you are enemies of Thrasic, I will offer you this chance to turn your ship around and leave the nebula. How about you tell us what it is you're doing here, Valderoy? Such impertinence from one so inferior. You know your fate was sealed the moment you came here, did you not? It doesn't matter. My crew and I are prepared to die. We have been ready ever since we joined the service. How about you, Valderoy? Are you ready to die today? Unlike you, I have no choice in the matter. While I do not relish the knowledge that I will be responsible for your homeworld's destruction, I must obey the Autarch, for he is our salvation. Don't do this, Valderoy. You know it goes against every rule of war, even for your people. The Autarch is our living god. I cannot go against his desires. You had your chance to leave, and you chose instead to commit yourself to this fatal course. It is time to show you the power of the Malice Cannon. Alright, so this is not nearly as difficult as you would think. The Malice Cannon is two parts to it. There's the generator and the main cannon. And in 10 rounds of discharges, then you're pretty much dead. So what you want to do is focus your plasma torpedoes on the generator. So what the generator does is it constantly repairs the Malice Cannon. And that makes it very annoying to destroy. Also, the Malice Cannon has more hit points than the generator, so very easy to take out the generator fast. That should do it, really? No, it didn't do it. Maybe one more would do it. Oh, wait, that did it, actually, yeah. Okay. So now we just have to focus on the cannon. Now that it can't be healed, we should be able to get this within 10 rounds. I've never failed at this, so... Just don't... Alright. I'm only healing so I can get back SP. You don't really want to waste too much time healing because you have, you know, limited time. It's over. See, I told you it wasn't that hard. Boom. Sensor showed nothing but debris particles. Looks like we were successful, Captain. We saved our homeworld from destruction, but no one back home will know of it. We're still traitors to them. Captain, perhaps we should take a walk together. Maybe get your mind off things. Maybe that would do me some good. Helm, take us out of the nebula and then find us a cozy asteroid where we can regroup and plan our next move. I'll be with the counselor. Hector! Ah, there's the Animus. Remember us, guys? The Animus. Helm, take us out of here. They must have been using the Vateron nodes to confuse our sensors. Captain, they're closing on us with weapons hot. Zara, we need more power to the engines. Get us out of this nebula. Engineering reports we're at 2.9 past light speed, Captain. That's as fast as we can go. We're out of the nebula, Captain, but they're still closing. Target their engines and weapons. Yes, Lord Sarkoff. Be sure to keep their ship intact. I cannot afford to have the Raziel particle be lost when I'm so close to obtaining it. Understood, Lord Sarkoff. Fire. Boom. Bam. Torpedoes incoming. Brace for impact. Oh, she didn't make it. That guy's dead. Damage report. Hull plating is down 65%. Sensors are only 20% effective and weapons are offline. We just lost main power, Captain. Selena, can you hear me? I'm okay, Hector. Going to have a bump on the head later for sure. How are we going to get out of this? There's always a way. Selena, get me a casualty count and start tending to the wounded. Aye, Captain. How are the engines? Engineering reports the psionic drive is offline, and we're running on auxiliary power. We can try a cold restart in 20 minutes, Captain. Damn. 3 dead, 2 wounded, Captain. Captain, I have an idea. I'm open to suggestions at this point, Xanth. We must let ourselves be taken. I'd sooner die than surrender. Please listen, Hector. Sarkoth has no wish to destroy this ship, not yet at least, because he believes the Raziel particle is here. And? What are you driving at, Xanth? We can use that time to our advantage. Once we're aboard their ship, we can disable the engines, then head back to the Robe and make our escape. How do we avoid getting put into their brig? What about the rest of the crew? All hands, this is the captain. Very shortly we will be boarded by the Zenithian forces. Do not resist in any way. We'll mount a rescue as soon as we have disabled their systems. Captain out. Captain, not to question your orders or anything, but to let the enemy board us? It's the only way to keep you all alive and to effect our escape. Make sure that Rallick and Marek understand that, Zarabeth. Understood, Captain. You still haven't answered how we're going to avoid being put in the brig ourselves. There's only one way to infiltrate an enemy ship without being seen by their boarding party. Oh, you sly devil. Captain, you can't be serious. Suit up and meet me at the port airlock. We're going to take a little walk outside. This is basically just an opportunity to check your equipment. We're actually good. We're going to spacewalk. You look a little green there, Xanth. Spacewalking is not something I am fond of. Is there finally something in this galaxy that elicits some kind of emotion from the great and imperturbable Xanth? Let us just say I'm pleased that artificial gravity is built into the suit so we do not tumble out into space. Alright. We ought to focus our task. Let's head to the bow of the ship. From there, we can use our thrusters to head for the Animus. Alright, so this is actually just... There's no enemies or anything, it's just a little atmospheric. We walk across the robe and get to the top of it, the tip of the blood. Freiluck, unsheath your edible blads. Looks like they're sending their boarding party. You made the correct decision in mounting this operation, Captain. Had we stayed, we surely would have been captured and likely tortured for information. That does not mean I can't feel the sting of that decision, Xanth. Captain. Come on, the sooner we get aboard the Animus, the sooner we can escape. Okay. You have to pick a side. Doesn't matter which one you go, but you gotta pick a side. Getting there. Ooh. Not much to say here. It's just atmospheric right now. Boom biddy bean boom biddy. Here we are. Thrusters at the ready. We'll get in via one of their airlocks when they're boarding the ship. Here we are on the Animus. To avoid alerting the security forces, we need to vaporize those that we kill. It may sound callous, but this is war after all. Agreed. That was my idea. That was so that we don't get caught by corpses. Get stuck. Because this is the spot. Not this particular spot, but this is the dungeon where I got stuck. We can use these later if they're not confiscated. These pods are likely used to send landing parties since the Animus is so large. Air pressure is tolerable, but I wouldn't want to have my vacation here. There's an item over here. It's an Omega solution. Location airlock. Alert conditions beta. Security level gamma. Alright, let's clear these guys out. So we got a Zenithian lieutenant and a soldier. So, the soldiers should be your first, in this case, to take them out faster. Oh, yeah. Because they have less hit points. The lieutenants hit harder than the soldiers, but not by a lot. But they do have a lot more hit points. So basically, you take out what you can take out quickly, unless it's a huge threat. There's two more kinds. There's healers and there's mages. And then the mages are actually super dangerous, and they're the ones you want to kill first. And you always leave the healers for last. I know, like, every RPG, it's like, kill the healer first. In this, you want to kill the healers last. Okay, so another soldier and lieutenant. And as you can see, the Zenithians actually punch you instead of using weapons. That's just their culture. Get into it more later in the game about the way they are. So this is probably the first part of the game that's like a good, healthy challenge. Oh, nice crit, damn. But as long as you kill every enemy you come across, you should probably level up in here. You know, it's not gonna be... Okay, so here we have two Magi, which is really sucky. The good thing about the Magi is they have very little physical defense, so you can kill them rather quickly. The one thing you don't want to use on them is magic, because they have very high magic defense. Fucked up there. Two mages is a bit much at this point, but... Alright, let me go ahead and have you... We're going to be ending the video soon, not right away. So we got just 3 soldiers. This is actually pretty much as easy as it gets. I was thinking of making out for it because Hector missed on the second shot, but whatever. See, the reason that you leave the healers for last is they only have 2 things that they can do. They can heal others. You can always do more damage to others than they can heal for. And they can punch. Ooh, nobody. But they, their punches are very... So basically what you do is, when you get a party with a healer, you use it as an opportunity to farm for health and sonic points. So what you do is you kill everything but the healers, and then you continually regenerate and use Curie, and then finish them off. Oh, actually, yeah, it's 2 soldiers, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. And there's a weapon for Zan in here that makes him a real force to be reckoned with. You could buy it later if you miss it in here, but you can get it here. It's a big thing. Let's just check this out. Okay, so North Airlock, West Bridge, South Engineering, East Brig. Okay, so I'm actually going to stop right here. I'll see you guys real soon with more Sanctus Mortem.